Today, we will continue our discussion about the genius of the 20th century. On a farm as vivid as your imagination, it was his maternal uncle who recognized Newton's exceptional talent and pushed him towards his inevitable fate, university. Isaac swiftly found himself at Trinity College, Cambridge. His passion lay in natural philosophy, the precursor to what we now know as science. During the late 17th century, science lacked the respect it holds today. There were no formal degrees or careers in the field, and it had yet to yield tangible results. Newton's instructors adhered to Aristotle's teachings on gravity and levity, attributing weight to an apple's fall and lightness to rising smoke. However, Newton defied centuries of scientific tradition, challenging established beliefs with a conviction that he was destined to revolutionize natural philosophy. Rejecting existing dogma, Newton insisted on empirical evidence over metaphysical musings. His unquenchable thirst for knowledge drove him to dissect the intricate mechanisms of the world, symbolized by the gears he envisioned turning. At just 21 in 1664, Newton meticulously structured a curriculum of 45 profound subjects that would captivate him for life. These encompassed inquiries into time, eternity, celestial bodies, matter, density, and various forces like magnetism, electricity, and gravity. As the bubonic plague ravaged England in 1665, claiming thousands of lives, Newton's intellectual pursuits continued unabated. An outbreak of bubonic plague swept through England, killing 100,000. Newton took refuge in his childhood home, Woolsthorpe Manor. More isolated than ever, he continued his compulsive questioning. Newton realized there were certain problems, mostly motion and falling objects, that you just couldn't solve with classical mathematics. He invented the means to compute virtually any rate of change, the moon's path around the Earth, the growth pattern of a spiral shell, the trajectory of a projectile fired from a cannon. A new type of mathematics was born. Calculus. Calculus is used today in every branch of the mathematical sciences and engineering. Every time you have a changing quantity, say for example, the acceleration of a car, how much petrol is being injected into the engine. There's a changing quantity there, so you have to use calculus. Without the least help or instruction from any person, he laid the foundation of all his discoveries before he was 24 years old. Newton was now the world's leading mathematician, but no one else knew it. He kept his great inventions to himself. Instead, he started an entirely new set of experiments, this time with light. In August 1665, Sir Isaac bought a prism at Sturbridge Fair to conduct experiments on Descartes' Book of Colors. And when he came home, he made a small hole in the window shutters and darkened the room. The celebrated phenomena of colors. Having darkened my chamber and made a small hole in my window shutters to let in a convenient quantity of the sun's light, I placed my prism at its entrance, so that it might be refracted to the opposite wall. It was a very pleasing diversion to view the vivid and intense colors produced. For centuries, white light was considered the purest form of energy in the universe, a symbol of God's power. Newton was about to prove that white light was not pure. Everybody knew that if you let sunlight shine through a prism, the prism divides it into a spectrum of colors. What they didn't know was what happens next when you introduce a second prism into the beam. Newton demonstrated that the colors of the spectrum couldn't be further divided. They were elemental. While white light appeared pure, Newton saw it as a mixture, shattering fundamental beliefs with tangible proof. Before Newton, a prism was merely a toy, but he transformed it into a tool that revolutionized our understanding of the world and beyond. Our vast knowledge of the universe, derived from analyzing light through prisms, informs us about planetary atmospheres, star compositions, and planetary rotation rates. Credit to Newton's exploration of colors. Despite his groundbreaking discoveries, Newton seemed uninterested in fame, stating, "I do not see what is desirable in public esteem." His reclusive nature was soon disrupted by his fascination with light and a practical invention, the reflecting telescope. Unlike traditional telescopes, Newton's design was compact, portable, and remarkably powerful, showcasing his ingenuity and independence. Proud of his creation, Newton emphasized self-reliance, noting, "If I had waited for others to make my tools and things for me, I would never have made anything." His reflecting telescope, a mere 6 inches in length yet as potent as longer lens telescopes, promised to revolutionize navigation. Upon joining the Royal Society and publishing his prism experiments, Newton recognized the significance of his work, declaring, "My theory of light and color is the oddest, if not the most considerable detection which has been made in the operations of nature."
If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to receive all the new updates. If you would like us to talk about other personalities, write to us in the comments.